All right, so we're going to talk about the basics of the Mudbox interface. On the very top, this is called the menu bar right here. Then below that, we have the view tabs. The view tabs are composed of the 3D view. Then we're going to have the UV view. This is where we're going to see the UVs for our objects. Then we have the image browser. We can set up specific directories to find specific images that we want to use for our sculpting and painting. And then we have what's called the Mudbox Community. This will take you to Autodesk Mudbox Community. You can look at galleries, you can look for specific artist profiles. You also have a library, and you have tutorials and frequently asked questions. You have to be a member. It's free, and take advantage as much as you can. I'm going to go back to the 3D viewport. Right here is the viewport. So you can set up this viewport in Mudbox to work exactly like Maya. So right now I'm using the Alt key, left mouse button to rotate my canvas, middle mouse button to pan left and right, up and down, and Alt right mouse button to zoom in and zoom out. I don't have to click and drag on my canvas. I'm just holding the right mouse button and I'm dragging left and right, up and down. And I'll show you guys where to set this up. This grid right here is our X, Z, and Y. Right below this, we have the tool trays. Now, the tool trays are divided between sculpting tools, paint tools, curve tools, pose tools, and select and move tools. Now, to the right, we have the stamp and the stencil trays. So this is the stamp tray, the stencil tray. And then right here, we have the fall off for our brushes, both the sculpting and the painting brushes. Then we have material presets. So these are materials that have been created for us in Mudbox. To the right, we have the lighting preset tabs. These are lighting presets already created for you. And then on the far right, we have the camera bookmarks. This is where we can create a camera bookmark for a specific camera placement, so we can go back to it every single time. Now, to the right of the UI, we have both the sculpting and the paint layers. Then we have our object list. This is the same thing as the outliner in Maya. And then the viewport filters are filters that we can apply to this specific camera right here when it comes to rendering. Now, below that, we have the properties windows. I want you to think of the property windows as Photoshop's options for every specific tool. So if I select, for example, a faces, notice that my property windows changes. If I select a sculpting tool, let's say like the sculpt brush, my properties will change. And if I select, for example, a paint tool such as the eyedropper, my properties change. Again, this property window is based on the tool that you have selected at that moment. And at the very bottom, we have what's called the status bar. Now, we're going to be working with Maya back and forth. So this status bar is when we send something to Maya, it's going to tell us if it's going through or not. It's going to tell us if there's issues with our files and so on. So again, this is the basics of the Mudbox UI. And in the following videos, we will cover all the menus that we have right here. And then we will have videos on specific sections such as painting or sculpting.